Giving it a little time here. What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy BQ. I thought I'd do something a little different tonight after Impact on Access TV. Give you guys a little live stream here. I didn't feel like recording, editing, doing all that shit, so I decided to kind of come with this live stream for you guys tonight. Now, let me put this caveat out there, as I always do. I have not watched Impact. I don't watch it live. I actually watch it the next day, so I might try to switch that up next week. But sometimes, it's just family time for me at night, after work and all that. So I think I'm going to try that next week. But there's a couple things I want to talk about here. One of the big news topics of the day was Tessa Blanchard. Did she really ask for $150,000? I fact-checked this, so I'm going to get into that. But there's a couple other topics I'm going to get into real quick on this stream. As I said, I fact-checked it. I looked into... Sorry, I had to find my notes there for a second. I wanted to look into Daga's status with Impact Wrestling and if the whole Tessa thing is affecting him at all. I looked into the rumor about the title belts as far as, is she the reason that they had to come up with brand new belts? I'm going to talk a little to you about Tessa Blanchard and why she possibly got disgruntled with Impact Wrestling. There was a rumor I dropped on you guys not too long ago that a WWE GM was going to show up at Slammiversary. That didn't happen, so I want to talk to you a little bit about that as well. And then I'm going to talk about Impact's social media, because this is something I've always been really critical about, but there's been a lot of good news with their social media. So again, this is BQ. This is the Impact Lounge YouTube channel, so if it's your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hitting you guys with a real quick live stream here. I don't do these a whole lot, but wanted to hit you guys with it. So the big topic that people were talking about all day today, Tessa Blanchard. A article came out, I think What Culture might have been the source, saying that Tessa Blanchard asked for $150,000 to return the Impact World Championship. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this all day. Lots of retweets, lots of posts, lots of comments, lots of opinions on this. But I wanted to fact check this. I wanted to see, how true is this? Do we want, we don't necessarily want bad news about anybody out there. It's not accurate, whether it's a former Impact talent or not. So I did look into this. She did ask for money. She did make demands. That part is true. The part about $150,000 is not true. She did not ask for that much money. That number is completely made up. I was not at liberty of knowing what the actual amount was. My source was not at liberty telling me, but I can tell you. So there's truth to half of that. She did ask for a certain amount of dollars to show up and give them the title back, but was it that much? No. So the next question you're going to ask is, why is Tessa Blanchard disgruntled with Impact Wrestling? What happened? Think about last year. We got Tessa shoved down our throats. A couple years ago, she was the biggest signing in Impact, and we were really super jazzed about her. Last year, there were some people who were still really excited and some people who were cooling off a little. I was one of the ones cooling off a little because she was getting pushed down our throats, beating Sammy and OVE every week. You guys know that was driving me absolutely crazy. Top of the year comes. Stevie Wonder can see it through a brick wall that she's going to win the world title. She wins a world title, and she beats Sammy, which wasn't even necessarily popular with people. They were trying to push, this feud as her as this underdog, and Sammy was the hated heel. But that didn't happen because Sammy and OVE lost every single week for 8 straight months, with the exception of, I think, 3 matches. I counted where Tessa won. Where Sammy or OVE won. So that didn't really work. When they put the title on her, she was actually beating somebody that we wanted to see with a lengthy world championship run. Then you guys remember, this is where everything turns south, though. And the reason I bring all that up is because we know that Impact was, really behind Tessa. Where everything went sour with her, when Sienna put out the tweet and the whole, the racist accusations came out, and the accusations about being a bully, Tessa did not feel that Impact Wrestling had her back. And this is not opinion, all right? It's her opinion, but I'm telling you, this is what happened. This isn't just me speculating. That's where a fallout started happening, which I think is crazy, and I think you probably do too, because for us, we saw this company pushing Tessa. They weren't pushing her as an underdog. She wasn't a female who was struggling to beat the guy. She beat all the dudes. She beat everyone that she wrestled. So, they gave us a lot of Tessa Blanchard, and they still stood by her and stuck by her side and put the world title on her anyway, despite all that stuff that came out. So for us, we saw a lot of support, right, for Tessa. But that's where things did start going south with Tessa, was that she felt like the company did not have her back through that. So she began becoming disgruntled. Sorry if I'm struggling to speak a little tonight. That's when she began to start being disgruntled, and things went downhill from there. There has been rumor that because what they were saying is that she doesn't want to leave Mexico because she's afraid she could get back in the company. I mean, couldn't get back in the country, not the company. She was afraid to leave Mexico. The rumor is that she has been leaving Mexico for wedding-related duties. I don't know how true it is. I'm not saying that is fact, but the rumor is that she has been leaving the country, and if that's true, then that's a hard pill to swallow. And I think most of us do and did like Tessa, though. Even though when I'm saying I kind of cooled off on her push because it felt shoved down my throat, like I still wanted Tessa to stick around with this company. I still think she's a huge star, and I thought she was the biggest star in the company. There was just some things I would have done different, but I'm not an expert, of course. So, but the rumor is she has been leaving Mexico to handle wedding-related things. I asked the question about Daga. Is Daga getting heat over this? Some of the reports that came out, and even Daga put out a tweet saying, I miss the Impact Wrestling fans. Some stuff did come out where, Daga was saying he would have returned to the States to wrestle, whether it be the taping, Slammiversary, or whatever. He just hasn't been used, So I asked the question if there's any heat with him, and to their knowledge, who I spoke to, that there's no heat. Which is a good thing because, I explained we like Daga a lot. The Impact Wrestling fans like Daga. But, they acknowledged, and I agree, that he's in a difficult place. And that it's possible he's also under pressure from Tessa to not necessarily come over or deal with Impact right now. So that's kind of a speculation. And there might be some pressure there. But to my knowledge, Daga doesn't have any heat. So let's hope that he pops up on Impact Wrestling soon. The next topic regarding Tessa Blanchard, the rumor that came out today about the titles. So I wanted to know if that was true, that if they came out with these new gold championships because they couldn't get the title back from Tessa. So here's what I was told with this. There's a couple sets of Impact World Championships. There was an older set where the things started getting faded and everything, and they redid them. As far as they put the red paint all over them, the red paint on them again. This happened in 2019. Shortly after that, they also ordered a brand new set of titles, which was still with the red. Okay, so there was a couple floating out there. That's why, when they're saying, well, Tessa didn't return the world title, there was the championship on the mantle when Josh and Madison were announcing that there's going to be a new world title match at Slammiversary. You guys remember what I'm talking about? They had the title behind him. So there were a couple sets of championships. I'm not sure which one she has. I think she still has it in her possession. I don't know. Had or has. I don't know which one she had. But again, there was an older set that they redid the red, and then there was a newer set that they ordered. Then, as far as the current gold ones, those were ordered, I don't remember exactly. It was either very late 2019 or early 2020. But the new championships that we have seen, that we saw at Slammiversary, that are gold instead of the silver, they were ordered before any drama happened with Tessa. So there is no correlation whatsoever to Tessa holding the championship and forcing Impact's hand at creating new championships. So that is not true. Next thing I want to address, because I got on here and I said, hey, there's going to be an WWE GM at Slammiversary, and I said that there would be a cinematic match as well. I've already let you guys know on a previous upload that the cinematic match is meant for the Good Brothers. I think I'm not in the loop totally. I guess they have their own pay-per-view, Talkin' Shop-A-Mania pay-per-view or something, August 1st or something. So whatever cinematic match they did was for that. And then the WWE GM will be a part of that. So, excuse me. So there is someone you're going to see, but it's for the Good Brothers thing, whatever they're doing. Impact Wrestling is part of this as far as shooting it and all that. So there is a connection. It's not just like their complete own different thing, But the GM thing and the cinematic match, that's going to happen with the Good Brothers. And the last thing I want to talk about, social media, Impact social media. I'm super critical of it. I've unfollowed Facebook mainly because of the trolls, and I've unsubscribed to their YouTube. I still follow Instagram and Twitter though. So and the reason I said Facebook was because of the trolls. YouTube was because as a subscriber on YouTube of channels, I value what shows up on my feed, and Impact wasn't giving me value on my YouTube feed because it was a lot of highlights that I already saw and old matches that I didn't care about. And had they, mixed in some original content, I'd still be subscribed to this day. So I'll subscribe again when they give me a reason to, but because I value my YouTube feed, I had to unsubscribe from their channel. So, but their YouTube, the month before Slammiversary, views were up 26.5%. And watch time was up by 32%. Now, what's watch time? Watch time is how many minutes people are consuming. And then the views were up as well. The whole YouTube thing, though, I'm not going to totally pat them on the back for that one just because, obviously the teasing they were doing with Slammiversary, that just got to give them an excuse to post more Sting stuff and more Kurt Angle stuff and some big names, EC3 stuff. So it wasn't in... excuse me, guys. It was in line with what they were teasing on the show, but it still, to me, was not providing any value based on the current roster. That is my criticism with their YouTube channel. The current roster gets no love. So it's I'm not totally patting them on the back for that. But Instagram engagement was up 172% for a single day. That set a single day record. It was up 172%. The return of EY and the return of Heath, or the debut of Heath, were their top two most liked posts ever. So that's really outstanding for Slammiversary. Twitter, they had a record for Twitter impressions. If you don't know what impressions means how many times something appears on someone's feed. So every time you see a tweet, whether you engage with it or not, that's an impression. And the impressions are going to continue the more some people engage with that tweet. So obviously the more retweets and the more they like the tweet, increases the chance it's going to be impressions on other people's feeds. You know what I mean? Popular posts continue to do popular organically. It doubled their previous record. I'm not sure if this math makes sense, if I read it right. It said it doubled it by 97%, or I don't know if their previous one was 97%, but shattered. Obviously they were trending number one during Slammiversary, so that's really awesome. Their Good Brothers tweet was their best performing tweet of all time. The Motor City Machine Guns return was their fifth best performing tweet of all time. Deonna Purrazzo winning the Knockouts Championship, their sixth best performing tweet of all time. And is that everything? Yeah. So no Facebook numbers came out, so I don't know what's going on with that. But their Facebook is similar to YouTube. It's not run very well at all. So... But YouTube, with those kind of numbers were up. We know YouTube revenue was good. And I think they added, I didn't write it down here, but they added quite a few new followers on YouTube that month, which is awesome. But I've talked about empty subscribers when you kind of bait people into subscribe for one thing, and that's not really what the channel's about or the company or the show's about. You know what I mean? They become empty subscribers that actually hurt you. So I could go off on YouTube all day, but really good numbers for their Twitter, which, it's good because they kind of have a lacking Twitter as far as followers and engagement. It's good to see those numbers go up. And their Instagram, is handled a lot better. It's probably their best social media platform. That's why I still follow it. And those numbers were up too. So So good stuff, good stuff. But in case you're just tuning in, you can listen to the beginning. But I talked about Tessa Blanchard, and if she really asked for $150,000, I addressed the rumor about Impact getting new title belts because Tessa Blanchard has the world title. I talked about Daga, and if he has heat with Impact Wrestling for being associated with Tessa Blanchard. What else did I talk about? And the GM rumor and the cinematic rumor that I had brought up earlier. So tomorrow morning I will be watching Impact. I'm going to have to watch it from work. So as I'm doing my work, I'll have it on my phone next to me or something like that. I saw that Brian Myers had a video package, so I like that one a lot because he's someone I consider to have kind of a cult following, and I think that's really good for Impact. So thanks for checking out the live stream tonight. Again, if I'm tripping over myself a little much, I'm sorry. I am tired. I'm ready to go to bed here in about 30, 45 minutes. But I just wanted to wrap with you guys real quick and let you know what I was able to find out and look into. So as I've said before, rumor or myth busting and rumor busting, like I can do that. I can't tell you about who signed somewhere or who signed contract statuses and stuff. That's very difficult for me to find out. But rumors, I can attack very quickly. So if there's something that I'm not touching upon on my YouTube channel, make sure you hit me up so I can try to look into that for you guys. So thanks for tuning in, and I'm out. Peace.